Alright, 4 egos, 4 minutes, let's get this done. This is gonna be brief, so if you want more info, watch someone like Moo Cows or Frey. They have way better in-depth videos. Starting off, we have the free event ego. Ishmael gets a He level ego that's best on a Gloom sinking team. This ego might say Tremor, but it's really all sinking. This ego gets better at clashing and more damage if your enemy is a single target, if they're weak against Gloom, or if you make a Gloom resonance. If you kill or stagger, the ego does AoE damage to all the other enemy and parts. The corrosion version is a negative coin and it does more damage. It also buffs your team's blunt and gloom damage, as well as inflicting gloom fragility, which is pretty big. The downside is that you might kill your team. The best part of this kit, in my opinion, is the passive. If you target a single enemy, it gives you more clash power and you do more damage after winning a clash. This means you can slap this ego on almost every Ishmael ID and the passive will be useful. But if I had to pick, Molar Boat or Reindeer Ishmael would probably get the best use out of it, and they can fund it. Next we have Hong Lu's to remain oneself. Another He level ego, this one fits in with Pride Poise. It looks resource expensive, but the passive refunds one least used resource from the ego, and the first time you use it, you get half off on all costs and SP. It's very easy to use, and here's the breakdown. You use it, you do damage, you gain poise and a buff. With a buff, the next time you use the ego, you do more damage and have more attack weight. You now get a bigger buff, and with that, you do even more damage and more attack weight. So you just use this over and over, and the damage gets better with more poise and the more times you use this ego. The corrosion deals more pride damage, but again, kills your friends. Put this on one of the boys with the boys, and unga bunga your way to success. If you feel like adding a bit more brain power, we have Gregor's Unbrilliant Glory. It's a sloth tremor ego, and this one has a bit of a gimmick. The first time you use it, it costs one of each resource, but it doesn't clash or really do anything. You get a buff called Man and Scabbard and some stats and SP. You need at least 40 stacks of the Scabbard buff, and you get them by being beat up, your allies get staggered, or your allies die. Once you have 40 stacks, you click the ego again, and you get some attack weight, you can't die, you get 20 clash power, and giga damage from a coin that reuses 3 times. And the last coin heals an extra 100% damage. Oh, and then there's a tremor burst. The corrosion is negative coin, does more damage, kills your allies, you know the drill. So the deal is, use this at 40 stacks. There's also some built-in aggro, so your Gregor is going to get beat up. This one is more ID specific. I'm not a Gregor user, but I assume Manchalang Gregor for tankiness or Firefist for the burn interaction. Lastly, we have our best girl and her new support ego, Command Meltdown. It's a He level ego that does a bit of rupture, but its main thing is the healing. Upon using it, you heal 2 units with the lowest HP and SP, and you get stacks of a barrier buff. As long as Faust has the barrier buff, she will heal allies at the end of the turn. If she gets targeted, the barrier will protect her for a bit, but she loses half the stacks. The corrosion is a bit more damage, but it's definitely not worth using. Since this is a He level ego, naturally you'll compare this to Fluid Sac. It's very similar, but the healing is much less. However, this is a Gluttony ego, so it will slot nicely with a Rupture team, since this ego needs 5 Gluttony resource. If you're starting out the game, the healing will also be really nice to have. Solid ego, but definitely not game breaking. And there you have it, 4 egos, 4 minutes. Thanks for watching, and if you want more quick and dirty content, please leave a like. Otherwise, enjoy the game and good luck on your polls. Peace!